Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Marketing Cloud Implementation Series Session 2. And firstly, we would like to thank everyone for joining this session and also showing your passion to upskill and for the continuous learning. And this implementation series sessions are focused on taking our Marketing Cloud learnings further and focus more on the how-tos, on the practicality of the implementations. So these are more demo oriented. So we're going to do a deep dive of all the of a specific use case and how it can be implemented in the Marketing Cloud. And today's speaker is Ashutosh Sharma, and he is going to discuss about two use cases. One is using API event as a journey builder entry source. And the next one, he's going to discuss about the send log data extensions and how to locate a send log data extension using WSProxy. And I thank all the speakers along with Ashutosh Sharma and also all the Trailblazer community members and the Marketing Cloud experts who are involved and who are without whom this series is not possible. And also a couple of housekeeping items. This session is recorded and it will be uploaded to the YouTube channel soon after the session. And if you have any questions, post them in the chat window and we will address the questions at the end of the session. And if you have any other questions after the session, then you can post those questions on the Slack channel. I have created a separate channel for the implementation series 2022. You can use the channel on the Workspace MC Learning Camp. I will share the links to the Slack channel in the chat window shortly. And we have many other sessions in line with amazing speakers, and few sessions that are scheduled are the next one, which is on June 1st, the same time, Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. IST and 11 a.m. Eastern. So it's by Abhishek Anand. He's going to do a deep dive of how to check the automation status using SSJS, and also how to implement the double opt-in process using Cloud Pages. And the next session, tentatively June 8th, the same time, it's about the Marketing Cloud development languages, tools, install packages, and how to get started with Postman. And all the sessions, these two are scheduled and they are available on the Phoenix user group page. I will share that link as well. So without further ado, I will turn it over to Ashutosh now. I'm going to stop the screen share. Ashutosh, please take it over.
Okay, thanks, JB. Let me know once my screen is up.
Yeah, it is all good.
So firstly, I would like to welcome you all again to the implementation series season 2 of Salesforce Marketing Cloud. So today I will be covering these two topics, in which one topic is related to injection of record in Journey Builder via API event, and the second one is related to the sendlog data extension. And I will also show you how you can retrieve the name of the sendlog data extension with the help of WSProxy. So before starting this session, I would like to introduce myself. I am Ashutosh. I am Forex Salesforce Marketing Cloud professional, and currently I am working as a Salesforce Marketing Cloud consultant and developer. And I have worked across various traditional studios of Marketing Cloud like Automation Studio, Journey Builder, Social Studios, and many more. Currently, I am learning Data Roma and Salesforce CDP. Apart from my work, I like to play cricket and hang out with my friends on my free time. So that's pretty much about me. So let's go ahead and start this session. So first topic that I am going to cover today is regarding the injection of record in Journey Builder via API event activity. So think of a scenario that you are having one website, and in that website you are having a sign up page, and you want to inject your records directly into your journey once the customer will click on the sign up button in your page. So in that case, you have to design your sign up page in that way that an API will be hit on the back end of your sign up page. So based on that API, those records will be injected directly into the journey builder of Salesforce Marketing Cloud, and your records will start receiving the communication from the journey. So for achieving this, you have to perform certain actions in Marketing Cloud. So let's go ahead and see what all activities we need to perform in Marketing Cloud for this. So first and foremost item that we need to perform for API integration to take place is to create install packages in Marketing Cloud. So basically these install packages are a set of component that holds the configuration details for the API or the application that you are creating or that you have already created. These packages can directly be installed from App Exchange once you will install the application like Query Studio, Deployment Manager, etc. And you can also create these packages within the admin section of Marketing Cloud directly. So as far as our use case is concerned, so we will be doing API integration. So currently for API integration, these are the three types of integration types present, which you can see in my screen. So one is web app, second one is public app, and the third one is server to server. For web app and server to server, client ID and client secret will be required, and client secret will usually be a password that will be required to authenticate your request. But for public app, you won't be requiring any sort of client secret, only client ID will be sufficient because these are the pages or the mobile apps that will be hosted publicly. So these are some of the steps that I have jotted down through which you can create the install packages within Marketing Cloud. So quickly, I will jump to the instance and I will show you how we can configure the install package within Marketing Cloud. So currently I am in the Marketing Cloud dashboard window. So to create the install package, the user or the admin needs to navigate to the setup of Marketing Cloud. You just need to hover onto your name, go to setup. Within setup, you will find a tab within platform tools, that is apps. You need to just expand this. And here is our install package. Within this particular install package, you can create a new package as per your need. So currently for our use case, I have created this inject records by API install package, but due to security reasons, I will not be showing this particular credentials of this particular package. So I will show you how we can configure a new install package, and probably I will be adding one component to that install package. I will not go deep into the install package section as this will be covered by JB in the upcoming sessions of Marketing Cloud. So to create a new package, you just need to click on new. You can provide a name. So here I will be providing test as the name. The description is optional, but it's always a good practice in Marketing Cloud to add the description of to each and every component that you are creating. So once you will click on save, the package will be created in Marketing Cloud. So the package is now created. So I will quickly go and add a component to this particular package. So for adding the component, you just need to click on add component. So for our use case, I will use API integration. So based on different types of use cases, you can select your own component type. If you are creating some custom activity for Journey Builder, you can use Journey Builder activity component. And suppose if you are using some custom entry source for your Journey Builder, in that case, you can add Journey Builder entry source as your component type. So based on different types of use cases, you can select different types of component type within install package. And you can also add multiple component in a single install package. So here you can see that these are the three types of integration type currently supported. So for our use case, I will use server to server. So once I will click on next, Here we can decide the scope for this particular component. So what all scope we will provide to this particular component. This particular component can only access those things within Marketing Cloud. If we will not provide the scope for that particular component will not be able to access those studios or those builders within Marketing Cloud. So I'll select email, read, write, and send. Once I will click on save, the component will be added to this particular install package. So here you can see that I got the client ID, client secret of this component along with the base URI and the rest and so URLs. So this is how you can add a component to install package. Within Access, if you want to enable this particular package to all the business unit across your account, just you need to click on this. It will be enabled for all the business unit for your account. And to determine what all users will access this install package, within users you can determine this. As this install package is not a licensed version, that's why I will not be able to assign separate user to this particular install package. Ideally this is for the Query Studio and Deployment Manager that you will be installing from App Exchange of Marketing Cloud. So before jumping back to the slide, I wanted to show you the journey on which I will be injecting the record. So this is a very simple journey that I have created for our use case. Okay. So this is the journey that I have created. So the entry event for this particular journey is API entry event. So I have created a custom event definition key for this journey. So based on this event definition key, the external system or the external API will determine they have to inject the record in this journey. If they don't provide the event definition key, the records will not be injected into this particular journey. And I'm using this data extension to capture all the records that will be injected into the journey. So this will also be a entry data extension for my journey. So to create a custom event definition key within Salesforce, if you are creating the event definition key directly from the journey, you won't be able to edit the event definition key. To create a custom event definition key, you just need to go to events, then entry sources. Once you will click on new event and API event, you will be able to edit the event definition key. So here you can provide a custom event definition key. Based on that, you can do certain activities for your install package API injection. So I'm using an email activity. So as soon as the record will be injected into this journey, they will be receiving the email, and after 1 minute of wait period, they will be exited from the journey. So this is how I have configured the journey. Currently, my journey is in active state. So let's move to the slide again. Just give me a second. Okay. So the next step that we will be performing is to connect with SFMC, and we will inject the record in Journey Builder. So for the connection purpose, we have to first authenticate the request to gain access to the SFMC instance. In that case, we have to provide the client ID and client secret from the particular component that we have added. So once we will hit this, the first step with this request, just give me a second, we will be getting one access token of SFMC instance. So based on that access token, we can proceed further within Salesforce Marketing Cloud. We can do different types of activities, like we can inject record in journey. If you want to add some data in some of the data extension, based on that access token, you can perform, you can inject the data as well in Marketing Cloud. So once you get the access token along with the event definition key of journey and contact key, with all the data that you wanted to inject into the journey, you will hit another request. Based on that, the records will be injected into the journey. So quickly I'll move to Postman to show you how we can inject the records. So here is my first request through which I will gain access to the SFMC instance. So here you can see that I am using grant type as client credentials. So this is available in the integration type section of Marketing Cloud once you will add the component to a install package. And I am passing the client ID and client secret of a component here along with the account ID. Actually, this account ID is an optional feature. You may or may not provide this account ID. It won't impact the configuration. So here, all these details I am fetching from an environment. Here in the SFMC environment, I have set all these variables. So again, due to security reasons, I will not be showing the client ID and client secrets. So environment, you can very easily configure within Postman. You just need to go to environment. Here, click on new environment, and here you can add the variables and their initial and current values. So in that way, you just need to select the environment over here, and you can use those environment variable directly into your request by providing double quotes like this. So here I will be hitting this request. Okay, I got the response. So here you can see that in the response, I got the access token, the token type. What is the token type for this access token? The expiry time of this access token, which is 20 minutes. So if you are hitting the request after 20 minutes with this access token, your request will start failing. You first need to refresh the access token if you are hitting the request after 20 minutes. So the expiry time will be 20 minutes. So here you can see the scope, what all was selected for the package. Here I also got the SOAP and REST URL. So in my further request for the injection of record in Journey Builder, I will be using this access token. So in the second request, that is for injection. So within the authorization, you need to select bearer token, and here you need to provide the token that is generated from your first request. Ideally, you can directly copy paste this access token and paste it over here. But just to reduce some manual effort, I have passed the response. So here I am passing the response body. So if the access token is present, then I am setting the access token in one of the variable which is present in the SFMC environment again. And if it is not present, I am not doing anything. Ideally, you can directly copy paste this over here. Within body, you can see that I am passing the contact key and the event definition key. Based on this, it will inject the record in this particular journey, which have this particular event definition key. Along with this, I am parsing all the data from this payload to Salesforce Marketing Cloud. So these records will be stored in my entry data extension, and those records will be injected into my journey. So let me change the contact key and the subscriber key. Also change the name. Here you can see that I get the event instance ID, which means my request is successful and I got the response. So I'll quickly jump to the journey again. Okay, so it may take a couple of minutes for the record to enter into the journey. Feel free to post any questions in the chat window. We will try our level best to answer all those questions. Okay, I'll quickly go to the data extension and check if the record has been injected or not. Okay, you can see that this record has been injected into the data extension. In a minute or so, it will be injected into the journey as well. Okay, now we have 11 entries into the journey. So the record has injected into the journey. It's taking time. Let's go and check the send log data extension if the record has been logged or not. Basically, send log data extension is a data extension that is used to capture the send log actual send time data within Marketing Cloud. So this I will be covering in the upcoming slides. So just for debugging purpose, I am checking if the record has been logged in the send log data extension or not. Okay, you can see that for this particular record, the send has already been performed. To just have a few. So this will be the look and feel of the email in the customer device. This is a very simple email that I have designed for testing purpose. In the UI, it's not updating. Okay, now you can see that it has been delivered to 11 record and it's currently in the wait state. So that's about the first use case that I am going to cover today.
So
Okay.
Ashutosh, we have a couple of questions related to this use case. I think we can address this now because there are only a few questions.
Okay.
First one is, can we inject 1,000+ records in one go? How to do so, if it's possible?
Yeah, you can inject as many records as you want to inject at a time, but there is some sort of limitations I need to check. But ideally, you can do a key value pairing for those records to be injected in Marketing Cloud. Within the payload, you can do that.
And another one, so when using the API event as an entry source for the journey builder, and then using wait until event activity, shall I go for journey builder activity or API integration will also work? I'm gonna read that question again. If I'm going to use this API for journey builder, wait until event activity.
Okay.
Shall I go for journey builder activity or API integration will also work?
API integration will also work in that case.
Right, yeah. So, yeah, I think those are all the questions. I'm going to update the Slack link shortly. And that is all, Ashutosh. You can go ahead with the next use case. Thank you.
Okay. So the next topic that I am going to cover is regarding the send logging and retrieving the name of the send log data extension with the help of WSProxy. So basically, send log data extensions in Marketing Cloud are the template-based data extension that are used to capture the actual send time data. So currently there are three types of send log data extension present in Marketing Cloud. One is send log that is related to email send logging, SMS send log that will log the data for SMS, and push send log that will log the data for. Will provide us with the data that is not available in the standard tracking and the standard reports within Marketing Cloud. And one such use case of send log data extension is ongoing data extension override. So suppose if you are using any system generated links in your email, such as view as web page link, and you are overriding the sendable data extension daily or a weekly basis, and your records opens the email and clicks on those links after these records have been overridden from the sendable data extension. as these system generated links will pull the data each time the page is rendered from the sendable data extension directly, and it will not find the data in the sendable data extension. These links will start breaking and the customer may land to an error page. In that case, you can use send logging. So you can insert the data in the send log data extension, and those links will look for the data in send log data extension directly. In that case, you won't be countering any issues with your emails. So that is a perfect use case for send logging in Marketing Cloud. Hope you guys are getting used to these things.
It's all clear, Ashutosh. It's detailed and easy to understand.
Okay. So the next thing is regarding the best practice that are associated with send log Ds. So first and foremost thing is regarding the data retention policy. If you are having a growing account and you are doing multiple sends within on a daily or a weekly basis, so your send counts will increase and the data in your send log data extension will also increase. In that case, you will start having some performance issue if the data extension retention policy is not enabled. So it's always a good practice to enable the data retention policies in your send log D. And the second one is related to the custom fields. So you can add up any number of custom fields in sendlog data extension, but the best practice is to add 10 or fewer than 10 custom fields in those data extensions. And it's always a best practice that the field length should be same as the expected data that you will be pushing into those data extension. Dates that will be added to these types of data extension will be in the form of UTC-6 time zone. And the next thing is if the send log data extension, okay, if the sendable D attribute does not matches with the attribute present in your send log data extension, then that for that particular attribute, the data will not be recorded in your data extensions. Last thing is a very important thing. If you are performing some triggered send into your account, and at that point of time, the send logging is not enabled, and all of a sudden some requirement came and you have to enable send logging. So in that case, you have to stop the current execution of all the triggered send, as if you will not do that, the send logging for those triggered send will not be recorded into your send log data extension. So you need to republish those sends before after enabling the send log data extensions in Marketing Cloud. So in this slide, I have jotted down the key differences between the data views and send log data extension. So question might arise in your mind that what is data views? So basically data views are the internal backend table present in Marketing Cloud that is used to hold the tracking data, and the data that will be available in the data views cannot be directly accessible. So for that purpose, you have to write certain SQL queries to access the data present in the data views. But the data that will be present in the sendlog data extension can be directly accessible. We can directly move to data extension to see what all data is present in the sendlog data extension. In data views, custom fields cannot be added because we cannot see the data present in data views, what all fields are there. But in sendlog D, you can add custom fields, as many custom fields as you want to add, but the best practice is to add 10 or fewer fields, as mentioned in the previous talk. In data views, there is no error code present, but in sendlog D, error code is present by default. So based on that error code, you can determine that for a particular customer, why the send has not been delivered. The next thing about data views, with the help of data views, you can do an in-depth tracking. So for each type of tracking, you have a separate table in data views. Like for send, there is a separate table. For open, you have a separate table. For click, you have a separate table. But in SendLog data extension, you can't perform any sort of in-depth tracking. And currently there are around 23 different types of data views present. But for SendLog, we only have 3 types of table present, which is in the form of data extension. I think we have missed one point here regarding the duration. In data views, you can hold maximum up to 6 months of data. So if the data count is greater than 6 months, it will not be stored in the data views. But in SendLog data extension, you can store the data for more than 6 months based on your retention policies. So I'll again jump to the instance and show you how from where you can create the SendLog data extension. So within Email Studio, okay, I got an error. Just give me a minute. I need to refresh the page. Within subscriber, you need to navigate to data extensions. Within data extension, you just need to click on create. This is similar to how you can create a data extension. Go to standard data extension. Within the creation method, instead of selecting create from new, you just need to click on create from template. Here you will get the option to create a SendLog data extension like push SendLog, send that is related to push, SendLog that is related to email, and SMS SendLog that is related to SMS. I'll select SendLog. Here you can apply the retention policies. And you can see that these are the default fields that will be present in the SendLog data extension. You cannot exclude these fields from the SendLog data extension. You can add custom fields into your SendLog data extensions from here. So once I will click on create. So here I got an error because the SendLog data extension for emails are already created by me. So at an enterprise level, you can create a maximum up to one SendLog data extension of each type. To enable SendLog data extension at a business unit level, you just need to raise a Salesforce ticket for that. So they will enable the SendLog data extension at a business unit level. So I'll show you the SendLog data extension. So till error code, we have the system generated SendLog fields, and these are the custom fields that I have added for storing email address. I have added this email ADDR. So based on this particular attribute, the email address will be stored in this attribute. To store the view email URL, that is view my web page link, I am using this attribute. For storing email name, I am using this attribute. You can see the data as well. For storing the first name of the subscriber, I'm using first name attribute, and for storing the send date, I'm using send date attribute. So you can see that the send date is stored in the UTC-6 time zone. So that's about the data. That's about the SendLog data extensions. So the next topic that I'm going to cover is retrieval of the SendLog data extension using WSProxy. So suppose you acquired a new account, and for that account, the SendLog data extension is already created in past. And in that account, you are having 300 plus data extension. So it will be a very tedious process to go to each and every data extension and see where is the SendLog data extension present, as the name of the SendLog data extension is being changed. So in that purpose, you can take help from WSProxy. So basically you need to perform these two steps. So in the first step, you need to retrieve the data extension template object. In this object, you will get a column whose name is customer key, and on the basis of customer key, you can run another WSProxy script. There you can provide the customer key and you can retrieve the data of the data extension object directly. So for this, I have created two cloud page in the instance. So here is the code that I have designed to retrieve the data from the data extension template object. Here I am using the server script JavaScript thing language. And here I am loading the core functionality of server side JavaScript. So for creating the WS proxy object, you need to create it like this way. And I will retrieve these many columns, which I am storing in a variable, and I will be applying this filter. So when the name will be like send log, then those records will be retrieved. And here I am using the retrieval function to retrieve the data extension object based on these column and based on this filter. So once I will click on the cloud page URL. So I got the status of okay, which means my response request is successful and I got the response. I'm using an online JSON formatter to see my response data. Okay. So here you can see that I got three types of data. One is for send log, one is for SMS send log, and one is for push send log. So these are the three types of send log currently supported. So based on this customer key, I will retrieve the data from with the same procedure from the data extension object directly. Here I am retrieving the data from data extension template object. In the second step, I will retrieve the data from data extension object. The process will be same. So here you can see that I'm again using SSJS. Here I am loading the core functionality. Again, the same step, I am creating a WS proxy object. I will retrieve these many columns based on this filter when the customer key is this, which is present over here. It's matching. Okay, it's matching with that particular customer key. So here I am using a retrieve function to retrieve the data extension records. These many columns I will retrieve based on this filter. Okay, again I got a response which is successful. Let me paste it over here. So here you can see that I got a data extension name and the customer key of the data extension, based on which I can know this is this data sendlog data extension. I'll quickly go to the sendlog data extension and check if the name and the external key of the data extension matches with this or not. So this is the sendlog data extension which I have created for email purpose. So name is sendlog. So name is sendlog. Now I copied the customer key. It should match with the external key. This is matching with the external key. So we are good with this also. So this was all about the second topic. So we can take up questions now.
We have one question, Ashok. Yeah, we can hear you. We have one question, but that is already answered in the chat. That is about the subscriber key. Since the send log will only have the subscriber ID, not the subscriber key, if one wants to capture the subscriber key in the send log, is there any way? So that's already been answered. I also posted some information about using the AMP script or using the subscriber key field in the data extension that is used for sending. And there is also one help article referred here. So I don't see any other questions. If anybody has
the attribute name will be same in the sendlog data extension, you can capture as many data in the sendlog data extension as you wish to capture.
Right, that's the flexibility with the sendlog data extensions. You can add any custom fields to it.
Any further questions, JV?
I don't see any other questions. Anyone has any questions, please post them now. One question, is it also possible to fetch path of the data extension?
Yeah, you can also fetch the path of the data extension with the help of SSJS. So that I have not covered in this session. So in the coming sessions, we can cover that as well, I guess.
Yes, there we have many other sessions lined up. So I'm going to send the link which has a list of all the sessions. So you can find out all the upcoming sessions. All of them are not scheduled yet, only 2 are scheduled for the next June 1st and June 8th week. So all of the sessions that are lined up are posted on this link. You can find them out here. And please follow the Trailblazer community link. I posted the link in the chat a while before. So that's the Phoenix user group, link. You can find that on the Trailblazer community groups. And if you join that group, you can get notified about all the sessions that are scheduled. And also we have this Twitter handle, MC Learning Camp. All the updates will be posted there, as well as the Slack channel. And we have one link posted, good article for finding the path of the data extension. And one question, my sendlog data extension is not showing subscriber ID for contacts with only error codes. Is it an expected behavior?
Can you repeat the questions, Chief?
Yeah, even I don't understand that. I'm trying to think. Sendlog DE is not showing subscriber ID for contacts with error codes, maybe. I think it's Abra, if I'm saying your name correctly. Please, can you add more details to your question? And we have another question. Can we create the contacts with custom attributes through Postman to SFMC environment?
Yeah, you can create those with Postman to the SFMC environment.
So we have some API functions that are available to add the attributes or to create the contact records. So you can use those API in the Postman, and through that you can create them in the Marketing Cloud environment. And I think those are all. If you have, anybody has any other questions, we will keep checking the questions on the Slack channel as well. The channel is going to be on the MC Learning Camp workspace. And the channel is Implementation Series 2022. Please post your questions there. And the next session is by Abhishek on Anand on June 1st. Make sure to register to that event. And this session recording will be posted shortly after this. And I think that is it. So thank you, everybody. And thank you, Ashutosh and Sharath, for all your inputs, efforts into this session. And we hope to see you again on June 1st. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining.
Bye.